Okay, so a lot of people are waiting to get the COVID vaccine once it's available to them, but there's all sorts of trouble with the rollout. So as of today, at least 18.5 million Americans have gotten the first dose. That's way behind what authorities had hoped for. So meantime, a number of stores, including Dollar General and Trader Joe's, are now paying employees to get the vaccine. So they are hoping the payment will cover some of the costs, like drive time and also time spent getting it. So we got to hear from you on this one. What do you think of stores or companies paying employees to get vaccinated? Also, on top of that, I would love to hear your experiences, because we've already heard just personally, some of our friends, some of our elders are really, the ones that qualify, are really having trouble getting that vaccine or finding out how to get the vaccine. So we want to hear your experiences. And if you know anybody that is eligible for the vaccine, please do everything in your power to help them go get that vaccine. What did you think, Jeff, in regard to the companies incentivizing their employees to get the vaccine?
Well, I want to be clear. Specifically with Dollar General, I don't know the rest, but they're not incentivizing their employees. They're paying for their time off, right? So they're giving them a little extra money if they need to take the bus, the train, a cab, a Uber, whatever it is, and their time to get the vaccine. So it's only like 4 hours worth of work they're getting paid. So it's not really an incentive. They're just making sure they don't lose money on their way to get it. As far as incentivizing people, I kind of like it. That's just me personally. I want to get the vaccine, but there's a lot of naysayers out there, right? I want people to get in line, do their due diligence. If they don't want it, they don't want it. But hey, buddy, you don't want it? Can I get in front of you, right? So that's just me. So I'm down for the incentives, but I could see why people aren't.
Erica, what do you think?
Well, there's a flip side to this coin, and that's the distrust of our government, especially when it comes to public health. You have to remember, especially in the Black community, the Tuskegee syphilis studies were done from 1932 to 1972. That wasn't that long ago, where African-American men with syphilis were left untreated in a very unethical study done to see what the effects of syphilis would be. So there is distrust that is very much ingrained in the Black community, especially. And so when you're offering incentives, it also kind of goes against the vaccine, because people are thinking, well, why do I need an incentive for something that's supposed to help me? So I think there's two sides to this coin.
I also think, listen, I agree with you, Erica, and I listen, the distrust, considering what happened with Tuskegee, you make such a valid point. But there's also an upside for these companies to get their employees vaccinated, because that protects their bottom line. If you have your employees showing up without getting sick, then you really do protect your own personal interests with that. So I think people need to just, if you have any doubt on why some of these companies might be doing it, just remember that it does, at the end of the day, it does boil down to dollars. And if their employees are healthy, then that helps their bottom line. So speaking of the vaccine, we've seen the long lines of people waiting to get it. And now some people are reportedly camping out in their cars overnight. Now, amid all of the chaos, there are also reports of the wealthy and the well-connected paying to jump the lines and get the vaccine before others. What do you think of people paying to cut the line? Al, what would you think if, you know, your 95-year-old grandmother still had not had the vaccine, and then you find out some celebrity got it before your grandmother?
I mean, it's not what I think, Sam. It's what we've already seen. I mean, we've seen congressmen and senators that called this a hoax, fought against any kind of financial, backing for people that had to close their businesses, and who was the first in line to get the vaccine. We saw the Marco Rubios right there with the thumbs up, all the people that shot down every measure to get this, because honestly, people of privilege, whether it's money, whether it's your status, are going to take advantage of that. And so we cannot act surprised by that, especially when we set up a system where we don't really punish people for doing that. So let's not be upset about that. Let's sit back and analyze why this is so poorly laid out. Why is it that people that don't have computers don't have access to even find out where to go? No one knows what to do state to state. If you're a unified body moving forward, why is it different in Arizona than it is in Maine, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, my buddy, just to use your example, works for a healthcare company. He got vaccinated over the weekend. We were texting. He goes, I had to do it online because I have my own company. He goes, there is absolutely no way, if you do not even know computers, you are getting this vaccine. He goes, it took me days to get that vaccine.
That's so troublesome. And even if you do know computers, you know, we heard an experience from, you know, someone that works with us this morning on our morning phone call, and, you know, she knows computers just as good as anybody, and she can't get it for her mom. And then Diane Sawyer just wrote in. She says, I'm autoimmune compromised. I can't get it. My mom is 84 with heart disease and diabetes. We can't get an appointment for her to get it. So collectively, we just got to continue to speak out and make sure that all those people that need to get that vaccine get it right now.
We don't have a problem getting people's tax money.
Great point.
We figured that out.
Great point. Okay, so the big game, are you guys ready for this? Is set.